What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are sitting down because we have some things we are finally going to talk about and show. It's been in the background for the past year, and it's time to get to work on it because the 2024 season is literally here tomorrow, and we want to be driving this car. So, give you guys a little backstory on it, see if I have any backlogged footage. Unfortunately, I don't think I do, but I purchased this car last year from a fabrication shop in Knoxville, Tennessee called Rise Fab Shop. Chris Miller, great dude. He was building this car as his personal car. Shop life got in the way, so he decided to sell the car, and it was perfect timing for me to purchase it. It's an original E46 M3 chassis that has been highly modified for professional drifting. We'll go over all of that, and we have to get to work on it today as well because we have some crazy stuff coming up for it in the next few weeks, and we need to make sure it's prepared and the body is ready for what's about to happen. I can't wait to bring you guys along on this entire process. I know I've been slacking with the car, but it's a little bit of an issue, so we're gonna try to work with as many great partners that we currently work with on this car to get it done as quick as possible. We're still waiting on parts for the JZX, so we're gonna get right into work on the E46 Pro car. I can't wait to drive this thing. The plan is for it to make anywhere from 700 to 900 horsepower, be the lightest car possible, so we have something to keep up with all the big dogs we drive with all the time, so we're not getting outgunned in the little E36. Like I said, can't wait to bring you guys along, and let's get right into this. Also, if you're wondering, still got my new goofing boots on, because even though I have heat in the garage, the floor is freaking cold in my thin Vans. The cold just goes right through it, so make fun of me all you want. I'm keeping my feet warm, baby. All right, let me get some of this stuff pulled out of here so I can go over this entire thing with you. Words cannot express how excited I am to work on this car finally and get this freaking thing done. It is going to be the most badass car we build yet, and it's gonna be an absolute weapon. So like I said, this car did start off as an E46 M3, but it is barely one anymore minus the chassis itself. Rise Fab Shop did a full FD legal roll cage, extruding door bars, anti-intrusion bars, so if the front wheel well gets hit, the passenger and driver are safe, X-bracing with a harness bar, fiberglass roof, fiberglass quarters, and the goods back here, which I'm gonna pop off this entire body kit. I'll time lapse it so you guys can see how fast it comes off, and then it'll be a lot easier to explain to you everything that was done, what the plans are, and what we need to do today. So let's get this thing pulled right freaking off, baby. 4 minutes and 26 seconds, the entire car is apart, which is absolutely insane. But it gives you a much better idea of all the fabrication work that was already done, since I can fabricate as well as a 4-year-old. It's better off that I have someone else do it, so we can just get right into the meat and potatoes of putting this car together. Let's take a look at what's done. All right, here's what we got going on back here. We have a removable crash bar. I went with a single crash bar and not one that protrudes out. The way I look at it is if the back corner of the car gets into the wall, I'd rather have everything smush in instead of hitting a bar, which would potentially pull me into the wall harder or ruin more of the chassis. With competition series drift cars, in my opinion, I'd rather have all of the fiberglass and body panels get smashed in than the chassis itself get smashed in. It might sound crazy, but if you watch an RTR vehicle drift, the whole rear end smushes in and then just pops back out. So that's kind of why we went with the single tube rear point. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Anyway, moving on. We have some brand new BC ER series coilovers. We have to use true coilovers in the rear instead of a shock and a spring because we have a Winters / Bulldog quick change subframe. So we'll be able to change the gear ratio on this car depending on the track, wheel speed, tire wear, etc., which is going to be absolutely massive in dialing in this car to be the best it can be. Not only that, but they put a bump there for the top of the diff with a fill hole. We have a 35 series Optima battery bracket already put in the car. The entire car is stitch welded already. This thing is like ready to freaking go. There's very minor fabrication work that we need to get done within the next week, and then it can be dropped off to something I never thought I'd be able to do with this car, but I found someone that's able to do it, and I am over the moon excited because as soon as we get the car back from this place, we can start assembling it. So it might not be what you think it is, but if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guesses on what we're doing to the car. So like I said, everything is cut out. All the major fabrication work is done. He even went as far as making a custom steering column for the car, custom pedals, and I'll pop the hood so you can see what it looks like under there. All right, that'll work. Anyway, not much to look at underneath here other than the ER series coilovers again, reinforced strut towers, and very minimal front work. It still has the stock radiator support, stock headlight brackets, but we do have some nice FDF knuckles on here. Just got to get the rest of the angle kit so it could be in a roller, but we're pulling all the suspension out. Basically, the point of this car is to be as light and as fast as possible. We're not putting this car into any specific series, I guess you would say. So we have no rules to abide by, so we can make it as freaking light as possible. So that's the goal. Radiator staying in the front so we don't have lines running to the back. It is going to be bare bones, but it still needs to look nice and perform well, so that's the plan. And that was kind of the whole goal with this thing. It was to keep it as basic as possible. We might even run a stock fuel tank. That's how basic I want to keep this, but light, a lot of horsepower, good tires. That is the 3 goals with this car, for it to be as freaking fast as possible. I want this thing to be an absolute rocket ship. So let's get to work. We have to pull all the suspension off this, all the body parts. We even have to, unfortunately, probably ruin this fiberglass roof to pull it off. It was panel bonded on, but I do know that Drift HQ sells HGK carbon fiber roofs. So we should let them know that we want one of those. You guys help me out. Tell them Grant needs a carbon roof for the E46 and maybe they'll ship us one up for a Christmas present. Who knows, but let's get to work. Let's get this thing pulled off. Let's get the entire car stripped down, everything organized. We'll get it put upstairs. I'll bring you guys up there since I see people ask. It's a mess, but it's my dry storage. And get ready for the freaking day. I'm just so happy that I'm finally showing you guys this car. And I know I said this in the beginning of the video, but I'm so excited to bring you guys along on the entire journey from start to finish on this car, basically. So I've had it for a while, but it's time to get it freaking going. And I don't know, I've been going to the gym every day, so I'm exhausted, but we gotta get in shape, baby. We gotta be light and fast for this new race car. So let's get to work on this thing. All right, before I strip any of the suspension off, you guys saw we took this off. We gotta take the roof off, the whole front end, but I was looking at this, talking to my boy Spoon, and I think the best plan of attack for this is to remove this shelf. Unfortunately, this is gonna fill up with tire, but maybe we can put something flat down here to cover this hole. I don't know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I wanna leave it open in case we smash this in, we're able to knock it out from the back, but we're gonna pull the shelf out now, so got the drill ready, pull the spot welds out, clean it up. Just, we have to prep the body, if that makes sense, for what we're gonna do. I don't wanna ruin it because it's a really cool thing that we're doing with this car, so let me stop blabbering and let's get this panel pulled out on both sides. I'll time lapse it real quick so you guys can see me drill and be in agony, because It'll be enjoyable. See you right. I went too far. Let's try not to do that on the next one. Trying to take after my boy Reed Frazier, and I watched him do the sway bar bracket on my E36. You guys remember, if you've been watching for a bit, we did that over the summer, so try to be gentle. I blew through 2 of the holes, but it's about 80%, that's passing in my opinion, so just trying to get this thing pried off. All right, we got this piece out. I noticed that actually using this little sander worked better than using a drill. The drill, I kind of missed some of the spot weld, but the sander, I was able to get in nice and smooth and remove all of it. Got it out, got all the foam out of there. And now, and I also cut this lip off that was right here, which was just like this. This is really limiting the size tire that I can run on this car. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually cut this back here, and we'll kind of radius the fender well. The fiberglass is the original, circumference, I guess it would be, of the tire well, but I'd rather have it open more behind the fiberglass so that if we do end up running a larger diameter tire, it'll fit and it won't hit this stupid piece of metal right here, because even on my E36, I tried a set of TJ's tires one time and he runs a bigger diameter tire and they were hitting on my car. So I'd rather not have that issue and one less thing to worry about. So let's keep working, get this thing cut up, and hopefully I don't mess it up. So now all I'll have to do is make a plate here. It'll be much better. Woo! All right, we got this side all cut out, cleaned up. I cleaned up my botched welds up here as well. I think it looks way better than it did before. This area doesn't bump out really far like it did. It won't have issues coming into contact with any of the tire now. What I think I'm gonna end up doing is flat plating this, and then a flat plate over to here. I don't really like not having this area not accessible, but I think it'll keep the rigidity of that a little bit better if it's plated, and this obviously needs to be connected to something. So flat plate, and I think we'll be good to go with this. I get a little sidetracked sometimes, but this is the best time that I get this type of work done, and it's gotta get done like this week. So tomorrow we have something really special planned for the garage. So we're gonna take care of that tomorrow. And then Tuesday, I believe, we'll be right back to work on this. So this video is going out on New Year's Day. So happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a relaxing holiday. We're right back into the swing of things, and we have a lot of catching up to do with this car. So the more you guys engage with these videos, the better views we'll get, and the quicker we'll be able to get this car done for this year so we can kick some butt. I'm freaking ready to have a high horsepower car. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the new Pro chassis. I'm really excited. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Happy New Year. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. It's stupid. Call an Uber, call a friend. Hope you guys had a good New Year's. See you soon. Very soon. Very, 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 very soon. Goodbye.